I hate those little tin boats. Everybody, like one in my driveway. Yeah, I hate that thing.
And this thing, what I want to show is basically rods that I like to use and the reels that I put on it. Now, I'm going to show you just a little bit of the difference in a fast rod and an extra fast rod. And a lot of people don't understand. They've got the concept opposite of what it really is. Alright, we've got two rods here, and one is an extra fast rod and one is a slow rod. And a lot of people think because it's bending more that it's an extra fast rod. It's a misconception. It's opposite of what it is. When the rod bends a lot past the fourth eye, then it's a slow rod. And reason why is it's slow to catch up to the bait that's in the fish's mouth. So when he's taking it down and you set the hook, you've got 3/4 of your rod bent over before you even feel it. This is for baits that you rip or top water, something that you know that you want them to grab it, take it down a little bit, and then you can feel them on it. Now the others is an extra fast rod, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5. It doesn't even bend. So you can throw, you know, your heavy jigs, you can throw your swim baits. You know, most of the stuff's going to set up the first 5 to 6 eyes, and your stiffness of the rod goes way up here. It's great for throwing stuff, you know, that's jigs, definitely jigs. All right, now I've talked about how the rod bends and everything. And now I'm going to talk about the length of the rod, which really helps on casting longer casts over short casts when you're flipping. The longer rods, you're going to be able to control them a lot better because you can cast them further, and you can set the hook and not be all the way at the top of your rod when you set the hook. The shorter the rod, the more you're going to have to set up to get the hook set into the mouth of the fish. So I go with the longer rods. 7 foot 3 inches is this rod right here, and this is a GLX or an NRX Loomis rod. Most of my rods are all Loomis rods. I really like his. He's got so many different rods for so many different actions, but they're light, and you can put a smaller reel on these rods to really balance them out. Most of my rods have balancing tips to where I can, you know, put my fingers at where the rod is and balance to the point where the rod tip just barely goes high, and that's what you're wanting. Don't even need any levelers on this one. On the level wind, this rod right here is 6'8", and it's still an NRX, which is your higher quality rod, and I'm putting a Corrado on there. This one I put some leveling weights on it so that I can keep my balance on the rod closest to the reel. And a lot of guys don't realize that this helps you on setting the hook. You don't have to set as hard, and it just feels more balanced in your hand. The shorter the rod, the closer up for flipping and for pitching. The longer the rod for throwing long distance and getting like Cincos or flukes into spots that clear water. So it helps you stay away from the fish a little bit and set the hook better. Now on the reels, I've got the Corrado and I've got the Coronarch. Now they're both made by Shimano and they're both quality reels. This reel here is a Super Free. It's an older model, I've had this for 10 or 12 years and they don't fall apart. They consistently stay together, great casting, less backlashes. A little bit more expensive is the Chronarch. This is the older model. The new ones they came out with, they're $250. This was like $215 at the time. And they work for years on end. You can literally, you get them dirty, they still cast excellently. They're the best reels out on the market. Team Daiwa makes some good reels, but these reels really match up with these rods really well. Then we've got the spinning outfit. Now this is Shimano, the C14. They make mid-size reels. They make big reels for bigger rods, but the smaller reel works really well with the 7'3" and the 6'8" Loomis rods. You don't want a lot of line over the top of these reels. You'll get line will start popping off when you're ready to cast, so just stay even with your reel line. The drags are what counts. When you talk about a quality reel, you need to make sure that the drag doesn't bind up, because on big fish, that binding up is what breaks you off. A lot of people don't understand. They got these cheaper reels and they don't understand why they're breaking these big fish off. These reels don't do that. When the line goes out, it goes out smooth and evenly. So you're going to catch a lot more fish with the quality reels, and you can cast these things a country mile. They'll go so far back in stuff that a lot of guys are having problems casting. These are the way to go.
Hey guys, thank you guys for watching. If you want to know where to get all these G Loomis rods, you can go on to gloomis.com and get all 3 of these rods here. If you live in the San Joaquin Valley, you can go over to Delta Bait and Tackle. We love to shop over there, and you can get all these rods and reels out there. Thank you guys for watching. This was our gear episode. And if you guys have any other comments on what you guys like to use or what you guys like to throw, go ahead and let us know over at Gervase Outdoors. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.
Feel like anyone.